All right. We're live. We just wait for the people. You should maybe do some dancing for us tomorrow while we wait. This is always the really awkward space in the coffee chat when you have guests. Yeah.
Wake everybody up, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, and I was saying to Murray before we went live when we were waiting for you, is that with the sun coming in his window and the white, he kind of looks like he's broadcasting from heaven this morning. So
yeah, very angelic.
He's going to be our love angel. Yeah.
I love it.
Goes with, like I told you last time we talked, Jody, my love army.
Yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. So as we wait for people, you're joining us for coffee this morning. Please say hello in the comments. We would love to know who's having coffee with us this morning. Rod's with us. Good morning, Rod from Calgary. We've got Jim hanging out from Buffalo, New York today. Hello, Jim. Did you get rid of the snow down there? They were having lots of snow. That's Buffalo for you, though, isn't it?
I'm sure that we're going to get snow this week.
That's not a nice word, that stuff.
I know. The four-letter word we don't want to say.
Yeah, exactly. Kathy's with us. Good morning, Kathy. We'll just give people another 30 seconds and then we'll get to work. I wish this was work. I got to find a way to get paid for Coffee Club and then I will live the dream. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you have a business with lots of money and you're watching and you'd like to sponsor this, no, I'm just kidding.
Do it.
Let's manifest that right now, team. We got this.
It's out there.
There's got to be a coffee company, I think, that would want to be a part of this. Don't you think?
Why don't you contact Rebel Bean?
Yeah, we could drink their coffee and be like, delish.
You need to get a sponsor.
I know. You got to get on that. It's on the list. But welcome to Virtual Coffee Club, friends. We do this every morning from Monday to Saturday at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I'm excited for today because if you've been a part of Coffee Club in the past, you will have met Murray, the Love Ambassador, before. And when we talked last time, and I was checking out the Love Foundation that he's a part of, I noticed that May 1st is Global Love Day. There are cities across the world that have made proclamations of it being Global Love Day, and communities across the world are celebrating that. And so I thought, gosh, on May 1st, we should bring some people who exude love to have some of that conversation today. And I like the thought of this. I was joking, friends, earlier in the week that most people probably think Valentine's Day is Love Day, but it's really become this, it's more like a Hallmark thing, and it's more about love in, say, a relationship. I love this idea of Love Day because this is love for everybody. So I'm really excited that Murray, the Love Ambassador, is back. And then my friend, who I love with all my heart and soul, who I think exudes love in her community, in her life, in everything she does, is Miss Tamara Boyven. So welcome to the love panel.
Super exciting.
I feel like we should be playing the theme to Love Boat, don't you?
Or Love Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah. The love bug.
Yeah. Feel free to share other fun love songs, not please don't share any romance love songs because I don't want to go there. But fun love songs you could share in the comments and we'll make a Spotify love playlist.
Woohoo!
Hey, won't that be fun?
Sure will.
So I thought with our conversation on love today, you could each start, whoever wants to go first, but tell us why being somebody who exudes love or sharing love in your community and in this world is really important to you.
I was going to say, sorry if I stepped on your feet, Annie, but love is the essence of peace of the soul. If you have self-love, then and the peace that exudes from that, and if you can share love and that peace, the kindness, all the interactions that happen day by day with the world's got to be a better place to be.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Tamara?
I just love the it's even in my sentence. being able to come together and build community and remind people that they're not alone. Normally with my lifestyle and everything, it's all about the community and everything. But, we've had to pivot and change a little bit with all of the restrictions, and hopefully with everything that people are still doing for each other, it's even more powerful right now, because people need to know that they are loved, and people need to know that there's people out there still encouraging coming together in some sort of way, like even if it's like this Zoom and other platforms like these ones, and just being able to bring that good energy back, and just feel good and just celebrate what humankind is supposed to be doing, and sharing and promoting and creating that love.
Yeah, it speaks to the goodness of humanity, and,
Yes.
and doing it by relationships is right up my alley. You talk my language, Tamara.
I knew the two of you would hit it off. That's why you're on the show together today. And I think if we want to be really authentic and honest in some of that conversation today, is I don't know if we've really felt that we are exuding love right now in this world. I find there's days where it feels really heavy, and the hashtag from the Love Foundation today that they're trying to trend is called Celebrating Our Humanity. And I feel like through this pandemic, there's been an interesting divide that I think we can honestly say is there. I think there's a lot of us who are trying to love regardless, but it hasn't been an easy thing to do every day. Even for those of us who really love to love other people, it's felt really challenging. Would you guys agree with that?
No, I think you're right on. I'm not a knitter or a sewer, but what I'm seeing the last little while and feeling is similar to what you're saying, which saddens me in many ways. But I see doing sort of what we're about, as stitching the world back together, pulling both sides together. If we leave or let both sides go into a big abyss, the world's not going to be any better off. It's going to be worse off than what it is now. And what we need is togetherness, to be able to look out for each other, to do things for our fellow human without the anticipation of payback or whatever. It's just to feel good. It's a soul sort of touching thing.
I messaged Jody just last night saying how perfect the timing was for this love panel, because there's so much darkness that it creeps into our lives through all of the last few months, past year and stuff, and for us to be able to even bring it back to the forefront, and with awareness or with those reminders, because even when Jody had asked me, I'm like, well, I haven't really been able to do the community work or the fundraising and things that I've done, that I'm usually doing each and every month. But if anything, this was just a perfect time to, re-inspire us, so we can, be that love force and that light and everything out there.
Amen. I got you.
Well, and I think what's important for us, us hanging out in this panel, us hanging out in Virtual Coffee Club, us who have chosen to make sure that we stay connected into something, is that we're all also really freaking tired. Right? Like doing this work and deflecting the negativity that's happened is really exhausting. And I'm not sure we give ourselves a whole lot of grace and love through that process. And then I wanted this to remind us that we're not doing that alone. We're not fighting off that negativity alone. We're not the only ones who want more love and kindness in this world. There's many of us, and we have to connect together, because I don't know about you, but I know this last week, and I've said it to a lot of people, with the energy from that full moon and the heaviness of the piece, like it kicked my butt. And so today became a really good timing in a self-serving way for me, is that I'm like, I need you guys to help me get inspired back up and help more people. And we have to look at doing that together. And I think that's cool.
And love is the answer to that, or the solution to that darkness. It has to be there. And if you love yourself, you have unconditional love of yourself, then it's easy to share that with everybody else, not only with humanity, but with the world, with the environment, the animals, the plants, nature, the whole works. It all ties together.
Well, and I think we have two choices right now. Like there's two things. There's love or fear. So, I think that the world has brought us enough fear. Even had the wonderful little alarm going off on all of our phones and all of our TVs just last month. Yeah. And which, I don't know about you, I think it made me very infuriated, because that is not an emergency.
No,
and it just reminded me, like, what is fear? False evidence appearing real. Like they are pounding it into us, and it's taking a toll on our hearts and our souls and our mental like the feelings that we have. We just, like, how do we balance that? And the only way is to choose love and light. Like, I don't know why this is even, well, I do know why it's an opportunity for us and it's a conversation, but it shouldn't be. It should always be that we choose love and light. But, obviously the planet or whatever is being affected needs to regroup and everything like that. And so hopefully this is our opportunity to be able to do that. And like you said, there's a huge divide of people and concepts and ideas and everything. And it doesn't make that one is right over the other. But when we are looking at what is being forced down our throats and everything, is it darkness or light? So like, I just want to continue to be reminded and surround myself with people that are the light warriors, and just let's just stay on top of it and feel good and be real. And I think that's one thing too that I've had a hard time with is it's just optics, like people saying that they are of love and everything, and yet behind, or sadly people call them keyboard warriors, and I will not ever give those people that are saying horrible things behind their computers that beautiful strong name of a warrior, because I think warrior is something that is to forge ahead and go against things that maybe are not of the norm, and I think a warrior is strength and love and power and accumulation of good stuff. And I think that we really have an opportunity here to be able to come together and change it for, at least even for our own selves. Like if we can't get the whole gamut, then let's start with our small circle and build that way and just protect ourselves that way, create that really good energy that way.
Exactly. And when we have to have an emotional raincoat, I've talked with Jody about this before too, for ourselves to deflect a lot of that stuff, that fog or whatever, to allow us the time and space to do exactly what you're saying. I'm with you 100%, Tara. I mean, this is awesome. The other thing to remember with what you're saying, it ties all together. If you drop a drop of water into the ocean, you get one little ripple. But if you drop a whole bunch of drops in the water, you get a big wave. And what we're about is dropping not just one pebble or one notion of love. We're dropping a whole bunch of those. And it takes you, me, Jody, and all the rest of us that we can get on board to do that. And the other thing to keep in mind, Transparency is important. Love is not a noun. Love is an action word. Love is a doing. Love is being. Love is part of you. It's something that you were given innately when you were born, and it's something that we need to treasure, we need to respect, and we need to share it with others.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting? I really thought I was so excited going into 2020 because I felt like it was really going to be a year of transparency, and I really saw so many things coming to the surface that can no longer be hidden or pretending. I really I had so much excitement, and I was just so excited for 2020. And the most interesting thing is the fact of, with that transparency, they created the smoke screen of,
Right.
of darkness and divide and separating families and like it's just this very interesting time. And I really hope that through it that we continue to have grace and find what's most important. But it's a trying time for so many people right now.
Yeah, it's a test of our strength and our courage, and through it, we're given things to learn by, whether they're positive or negative, and hopefully that we're all taking all kinds of learnings, positive learnings out of this. And I want to, even though we're virtual and live and whatever, I want to whisper in Tamara's ear: don't let that inner child that you have, the vibrant inner child that I can see and hear in what you're saying, don't let that ever disappear, because that's the flame that will keep things going, keep it for you and keep it for everybody else about you.
Mm-hmm. Well, and even with the inner child, this is an opportunity right now that we have time. Okay, so if we're going to look at a positive part of it, we are hurt. We are guided by those younger selves hurts. So for me, my inner child's, my two hurts are being disregarded and unheard. And so being able to come into a new practice of time to be able to recognize that when I'm affected or I am maybe pushed to my limit a little faster, it's most likely that it has interrupted or connected to one of those two or both. And so us finding that innocence again, and remembering that even with our inner child, as adults, our inner child is there to live and love and be safe. And a lot of times it's our inner child that is dictating it from the place of maybe the more fearful side of that inner child. And so I love the reminder of that, Murray, of just remember that innocence and remember that life and that spunky part of our inner child versus the one that we're always trying to heal.
You know the saying that we don't grow old, excuse me, we don't grow old because we stop playing. We play so we don't grow old.
I love it.
And I mean, it's the innocence of a child, which is basically the root of love. I mean, that's the love that's shining through, and that's the love that we want to keep shining brightly. And to sort of paraphrase or use a term of perhaps what the other side, if you will, likes to say, the saying, 4 short words: united we stand, divided we fall. And as long as we stay united and we use love as the Band-Aid that will cover whatever it is that's ails society, we should be on the right track. We have the Band-Aids that will fit out all those hurts and ails. We just have to make sure that we keep applying them. And
Well, I think what I think we sometimes feel, and I could be way off on this, is that we're just supposed to love everybody, love out into the world, and have this blanket. But I think that it's okay to protect ourselves a little bit in, like Tamara talked before about, like our bubble, and creating that piece that's really solid. And we can still send loving thoughts out to those pieces, but we don't have to love those that are hard to love. We have to send them positive things because we want the best for all of humanity. But I think it's okay to just focus on the pieces that matter to you the most. And I feel like that's really a big lesson that has come out in the last year and a half is focusing on that. And I don't know, it kind of makes me think of that whole, who are the five people, that whole 5 people scenario, I think was a Jim Rohn quote from years ago, that the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with are the ones that you become the average of. So who's in your circle today that are also people that are exuding, promoting, and being love? You know, do you have those ones? And if you don't, it's okay to weed some of them out for a while.
Exactly. My circle includes sparks of love, such as you, such as Tamara, and that spark starts a little fire, and you know what happens, especially the dry times and whatever that we're going through right now in terms of actual grass fires and so on. That little spark creates the fire that will expand and will actually eventually wear down and sort of shape more positively those that are against the idea, those that are on the divide side, if you will. Love is literally like a fire. It doesn't start, or it doesn't stop once you get started, and it's something that basically, and I read that from both of you and many of the others that I deal with all the time, in this way or in person. It's something. It's a life force that flows through the body. It becomes part of you. It happens whether you don't have to think about it. It just happens. And the world and yourself are better off for it.
Love it.
You want to know something fun that's happening right now on Global Love Day, you two?
What?
Look at this comment. Hey, it's Megan and Rob. Would love to stay, but we're kind of having a baby right now.
Aw.
Isn't that so fun?
That is awesome.
Congratulations, Rob. What a neat person. That's a neat thing to happen.
Yeah, they texted water broke at about 5 o'clock this morning. So whether baby arrives today is still yet to be determined, because we know that they come on their own timeline. But I feel like that's a really positive sign that we could have this beautiful bundle of love arrive in our world today,
Exactly.
from a couple of really cool community people. So
I
don't know about you, but I'm like, yeah, way to go, universe. We can do this.
Another love angel. We started young.
Exactly. I want to be conscious of people's coffeeing time, and so we've hung out for basically our time limit. But I think the two of you, we could talk about love all day long. But any sort of parting thought or word that you want to share on Global Love Day before we let people get back to their Saturday?
Go for it, Tamara.
I would just say, forget about everything and just open that heart and keep it open.
Exactly. It's not something that you have to want or need to remind yourself of. Just let yourself go, enjoy yourself, return to that inner spark, the inner child that's within you, and it'll let you do and have you do things that you probably never would have thought of. And if you keep that in mind, love can't help but spread.
I love it. You guys, thank you so much for taking some time to share your thoughts on love today in our club, but the fact that you are sharing them all the time in your circles just is making this world a better place. So thank you to the two of you and your beautiful hearts.
You're very welcome, Jody.
All right.
Nice to connect with you, Tamara.
You too, Murray.
All right, everybody, have an amazing rest of your Saturday, and please know that you are 100% loved, and we are so glad that you are here with us. And we'll see you back here on a not live, but still pre-recorded and fun version of Coffee Club on Monday morning, as I'm going to take a few days off on Mental Health Week.
Well deserved.
I never do this, so be so proud. It was very hard, but I still recorded a video for Monday. So we'll see you here at 9 a.m. and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.
Make Global Love Day every day.
That's right.